Hello. Every day, I wake up with 10,200 attention dollars. I pay myself $10 a minute for 60 minutes in an hour, and I'm awake for 17 hours a day. My goal every day is to double my attention dollars. Every time I pay attention to me, my little thing, I'll just put it right like that. Every time I pay attention to me, I make $100 plus $100 interest. Why do I make interest? Because I'm interested in me. And so anytime I put interest in me, anytime I pay attention to me, I make money. So one way I make money is when I wake up first thing in the morning, I'm grateful instantly. The first words out of my mouth are thank you. So I make $100 and $100 interest. That's $200. Now, if I wake up in the morning, I get up at 3 every day and I meditate. The other day I woke up at 2:56. It was 4 minutes before 3 o'clock. And I thought to myself, oh, I just want 4 more minutes. And so I knew right as soon as before it was that thought was coming through, and I could see the thought and I could see the money and I could see the blame. It was like all at once, came all at once, and I was like, oh, that cost me $600. So I have to pay $600 because I'm blaming. Because when I complain about not getting 4 extra minutes, I say that somehow I'm special, that I'm supposed to have those 400 minutes, and how dare you? And those are the things that live right below blame. And they're not always conscious. We're not always conscious of that, but blame is so insidious. There are a multitude of things brewing underneath the surface of, oh, I just want 4 more minutes. Yeah, because I'm so special. Life shouldn't be like that. I deserve to have this. I deserve to have that. I'm supposed to get 4 more minutes. How come I didn't wake up at 3 o'clock? It's a ton of stuff. So, it cost me $600 for that remark. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. $600. And I just paid that for complaining. That's a you. I'm complaining to something else outside of me saying, oh, you were supposed to make it so I have this great life that I always get up at 3 o'clock. Everything's supposed to work out perfectly for me. I'm not supposed to have this. That's not true. $600. That's a lie. That's a blame. So I want to make sure that I wake up and I say thank you. Now the second thing I did as soon as I realized that, I said, oh, thank you, body, for being so excited, for waking up 4 minutes early, because you're so excited to start the day. So I get $100 for that, and I get $100 interest just for saying that. And then I started laughing at myself because I thought to myself, who do you think you are, Karen? Thank you for being realistic about being human. You're human too, so you have to go through these, you get to learn these lessons too. This is such a wonderful experience, having to get this moment of clarification going, oh yeah, I get to start my day a little bit early. So I paid myself another $200, $100 interest and $100 for the thought. And then I went into my regular gratitude session and got up and did my meditation. Anytime I complain, I pay $600. Anytime I blame, I pay $600. Anytime I have a thought about another person, a should, a her, a he, an it, a they, a them, an others, a people, or a person, I pay $600. I saw this clip from Lisa Cairns, she's a fellow spiritual teacher, and she said, how do I deal with, I'm struggling with ignorant, and I'm struggling, how do I deal with ignorant and, or stupid and ignorant people? Okay, well, first of all, there are no stupid and ignorant people. And secondly, deal with always is the victim mentality. Deal with, literally, those 2 words are in the How to Be Poor dictionary. Deal with. How to Be Poor dictionary, you turn it to the D's, and deal with is in there, okay? Deal with insinuates, implies that this is not supposed to happen, that I'm better than that. How come this is happening? Now I have to deal with that. That's what deal with means. Deal with implies a sense of superiority. Deal with comes out of the mind of self-righteousness, as if the lessons that are coming, the practice sessions that are coming, are for someone else because I'm above them. I already know that. If you knew that, then you wouldn't act this way. So I know this from experience because I used to think that way too. I used to think, oh, why am I having to deal with this? And when I figured that out, that would crack me up. And I think, just who do you think you are? And people say that, but they don't really have that. But the consciousness with just that's coming aware is when we start to actually practice that, and then deal with doesn't even come into our vocabulary. It's not even in our consciousness. And then when it does come up, it's a little surprising. Oh, where did that come from? Or you hear someone else say it, and you're like, what do you mean deal with? Okay, now, anytime you think you have to deal with something, you're going to pay $600 for that because you're complaining. You're having it coming from a place of self-righteousness. You think that you have something else that's supposed to be happening other than this. So you're not being grateful for the moment. If you see something if you label people such as ignorant or stupid, then in that label, you are paralyzing yourself and you're limiting your ability to function with that person or that thing. So you make yourself ignorant and you make yourself stupid because you can't do anything outside of stupid or ignorant in connecting with that person or relating to that person. You can't, because you've already called them stupid and ignorant. So you are stupid and ignorant because you make yourself stupid and ignorant because you have to be that in order to relate to that person who is also stupid and ignorant. Now, every time you do that and you blame on somebody, they're an other. How do I deal with these other people? They're not other people. That's $600 per word. So that's going to be stupid costs you $600 and ignorant costs you $600. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. $600. Okay. Now, and then another $600 for ignorant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. $600. That just cost you. Now you're down to very little money. Don't have very much money left. So you want to make sure that you're not giving away any complaining, any blaming. All of this is outside of your control. Maybe, let's say that maybe there are stupid or ignorant people. Let's say that there were. They're not. But let's just say, for argument's sake, that there was. And if there were, could you do anything about them? And if you could, would that make you better? Done. Done. It won't. Because you think that by solving that you're going to be at peace. Changing that is going to make me peaceful. That's not true. It's not even remotely true. It's not. Because if that were the case, it would have worked years ago. It would have worked the very first time you did it. The very first time you controlled the behavior of another person and they acted exactly within your expectation, you were peaceful. But it's not true. No one can meet your expectation. No one can meet your standard except you. That's just life. That's the real deal. Now, when you, in order to keep all your money, you want to make sure that you're paying attention to yourself. How do you do that? You do that not by saying, I deserve this, because that's also in the poverty mentality and the victim mentality. A victim says, well, I deserve that. No, you don't. That's self-righteousness. That's blame. That's blaming others and thinking that others are responsible for the way that you should feel. No, you are responsible for the way you should feel and the way you should act and the way you, well, I say should, but that's not true. The way you act and the way you respond to life. So your responsibility is all that you have, your ability to respond, and that's your attention. Pay attention to your ability to respond to situations. All situations are coming. Every single minute of the day is a practice session. Every single minute of the day is a guru coming in saying, you're ready, let's see what you've got, let's hone those skills, let's get you going, let's pay attention to you. So somebody comes into your space and they're on fire. I can't believe you did it. The other day, somebody ripped my face off online. And granted, absolutely, that was a situation that happened, okay? So my first thought when that came up was, oh my God, this is such a good practice session. This is so good. This is so good. So that paid me $100 plus another $100. And the second thing I thought of was, okay, this is great. This is really great. I'm going to thank them for giving me this opportunity to recognize these things in myself that, yeah, certainly this is correct. They had something said, I projected something onto them. And I said, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's a true statement. I'm going to go back and look at this because I know there's something in there, that there's a truth there. And it's a truth for that person. It's fine. It's a truth for me as well. But it's irrelevant to them. Outside of that, I don't care. I'm so grateful that that person took the time to show me and teach me these things. That's my guru. That's me. That's me teaching me about me. So this is a really great opportunity. And I was really thrilled about that. I paid myself $100 and $100 interest. That was a big moment. And not once did I even think that that was anything other than a gift. I was so grateful for that session, because they come when we need them. We need that recognition. I needed that recognition. I need it, and I get it. So I'm super thankful for that particular practice session that I had, and it sat with me for a good 48 hours to reap all the benefits of having that happen. So consciousness clearly thought that I was ready for that, and consciousness gave me an opportunity to respond consciously to that situation, and consciousness saw me as being able. I was thankful for that. Thank you for seeing me as able. Thank you for seeing me as ready. Thank you for letting me use my skills and honing my skills and my talents. Thank you for choosing me. Thank you for choosing me to go through this, because you obviously saw that I was ready. Thank you for honoring me. Thank you for honoring me and telling me that you're ready. You're ready for this next step. Thank you so much. $200, $100 for me, $100 for interest. So this is how I pay myself back. There is no way in the world that that person was even remotely wrong in what they did. I love the fact that they took the time and energy to do that. And this is how I pay attention to myself. This is how I pay into me. I make sure that I am the one that's going to reap the benefits out of this. I'm not going to pay anybody any attention. No way. I will unconsciously. I will absolutely do it unconsciously, but I won't do it consciously. So I'm going to be aware. That's my job, is to be aware and to double this money. I want to make sure that none of this money goes to you. I don't want to pay you any money. I just want to pay it to me. And I'm going to do that by always making sure that I'm taking 100% responsibility for my life. Everything that I do, every bit of suffering, every bit of pain, every bit of anger, every bit of everything, my fault. Every bit of it. I'm the one I'm bringing it on, and I can give it away. Every bit of it. And so I want to make sure that I'm using every bit of my attention dollars and paying it to me. Pay all my attention to me. And you can do the same. You can pay attention to you all the time. And you do that every time you catch yourself blaming. I should have, I would have, I could have. Every time you pay yourself $200, $100 of interest and $100 plain. Every time you catch yourself insisting that things be different, that's complaining, that's blaming. Pay yourself. You caught it. Yes, you blamed, but you caught it. Every time you catch it, you're going to get better and better and faster, and pretty soon you aren't going to complain anymore. And if you do, it might be once in a lifetime, but it'll be $600, and you'll make that $600 back by sitting down and stopping that and realizing what you're grateful for. Man, I've been given this opportunity to experience the things that I get to change and hone. All my skills are present right now, and I'm going to use them. Because you have everything you need. You are everything you need, and that's the way it's always been. Pay attention to you. Put your money in you. Give you money every day. Attention. It is literally it's the most important thing you own. It's the most important thing you own. Yeah.